Hello, Nick Jones here, the Visually Impaired PT, and welcome along to the final episode in the Beginner Ab series, or the series for people who have got undiagnosed lower back pain who are looking to strengthen their core. Please pause and read the disclaimer thoroughly before getting going. So this is going to be episode 5 in the series, so make sure you've done episodes 1, 2, 3 and 4. Make sure you're okay with those first. And then today I'm going to take you through some other exercises that are kind of at the next stage beyond episode 3 and 4. If you're okay with all of the moves we do in today's video, feel free to move on to my normal ab series for everyone else. That means your core is strong enough to be able to handle that now. If you're getting pain in any of these moves, go back to episode 1, 2, 3 and 4 and continue to strengthen up your core first before taking it to the next level. Apart from that, you're just going to need your body weight, and let's get going. We're going to start with crunches, similar to episode 1, except we're going to have the legs unsupported. So hands gently supporting the head, chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling, and just lift your shoulder blades on and off the floor. You can still support your legs if you want to, but this is kind of the next progression on from that. And it also allows us to get a better contraction in our abs. But just remember, at any point, if you're getting pain in your back, please stop the session. But apart from that, if you're feeling okay, let's keep it going. So just imagine that piece of string between the sternum and pelvis, and you're trying to shorten that piece of string. We're doing about 45 seconds on, 20 seconds rest between exercises. This just give you that little bit of extra time and to get you ready for the harder sessions that are elsewhere on this channel. So rest there, good 20 seconds rest, have a little breather, and then we're going to get ready for the second move. So we're going for a slightly harder version of the exercise in episode 2. Basically, you're going to go back of the hands to the outside of your bum, arms dead straight to support your back all the way along, legs in the position from the previous move, but then just one at a time, just straighten one leg, bring it all the way back in, then straighten the other one. We don't want to get like a bicycle going. We want to kind of go nice and slow and control. Extend one leg out, bring it in, and then do the other leg. Again, key to this one is pre-engaging that core. Kind of tense your core. So kind of imagine you're trying to get into a pair of trousers that are one size too tight. That kind of pre-engagement of the core, that kind of holding in of the tummy. That's what helps stabilize the backs and makes the core support your back before doing the move, and then you should just feel this in the abs. But again, just remember, pain at any point, stop, but if not, keep going. Right, so rest there. Again, another 20 seconds rest. Good rest in between each exercise, because this is more of like a tester to see if there's some other moves you can do that are relatively safe, but the kind of next progression on from episodes 1 to 4. So next move up, we're going to do the C crunch. So like the crunch from the first one, except feet start on the floor, and then you lift the legs up into the air as you crunch. This adds a bit of extra weight to the contraction. So chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling, hands gently supporting the head, make sure you're not pulling on that head, and then just lift the legs up as you crunch up, drop the legs down as you go back down. Take it nice and slow, nice big pauses at the bottom, and let's just see if this is okay with your back. So today we're going to be doing 8 moves, 40 seconds, roughly 45 seconds on, 20 seconds off.
10 seconds.
And we're just going to try some slightly harder moves than episodes 1 to 4. And just focus on the contraction of the abs. Engage that core. Okay, have a breather. Back of the hands to the outside of the bum, arms nice and straight again. This time we're going to do the double leg lift. Except make sure your legs are really bent in. I want your heels nice and close to your bum, and you're just going to lift both knees at the same time towards your chest. Your goal is to try and get your hips into the air a little bit at the top, like just an inch or two off the ground at the top, but that's only if you can. Feel free to just move the legs and keep the bum firmly against the back of your hands. So here we go. So just gentle touches on the floor. Take as much rest in between each rep as you like. Just do what you can. Big bend in the legs, and if you notice my legs are staying the same level of bend throughout. I'm not straightening my legs as I kick my knees up towards my chest. Again, we're just hinging from the hip. You're just moving your femur bone from the hip. We don't want that knee straightening or bending.
10 seconds.
Just keep a good level of bending it throughout. This is going to really hit the lower abs, and it's a really good one for toning shape in the middle. If you want extra challenge, have your legs a bit straighter. But if not, keep them nice and bent. Now we're going to try an oblique move. I find this is another one that people seem to be fairly okay with. After they've done a first good bit of core strengthening. So you're going to have one arm out at 90 degrees. You're going to lie on the side. You're going to stretch out as long as you can, like I'm doing there.
Let's go.
And then you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest and bring your hands down towards to touch the toes. And then you want to kind of curl your upper body off the ground a little bit if you can to emphasize the crunch. If that's too difficult, stay led completely on the floor. This is your side V crunch. So stretch everything out, crunch everything in. So you want to stretch out everything as long as you can, then crunch yourself up into a little ball. And just do as few or as many reps in the time as you want. Just take it nice and slow and steady, and just do what you can in the time.
10 seconds.
And again, remember, if you're okay with all of the moves we've done so far and continue to do for the rest of the episode, feel free to progress in time up to my other ab series where it's kind of 8 to 14 minutes long. And yeah, so you can progress away from the beginner series. So we're going to roll on to the other side. We're going to do the other side now. So stretch out nice and long, like a pencil, lead on your side with one arm out to stabilize, to kind of hold you on the ground.
Let's go.
Also, if you're feeling this one in your neck, make sure you look at your grounded hand. Stretch everything out, crunch everything in nice and tight. Stretch everything out, crunch everything in nice and tight. So arm goes above the head at the top, legs straighten when you go on the way down, then crunch everything in, legs and arms in, and try and lift your rib cage up into the air too to get that extra crunch. And let's just keep it going. And again, just try and get as many or as few in the time as you want. Just take it as steady as you want. Just do what you can. As again, this beginner series is all about just kind of getting to know what your body can do without pain, and slowly strengthening your core. Final two moves. We're going to go for a few little harder ones just to see how your core's doing. So we're going to start with our single leg drops. You're going to need your arms and legs dead straight up in the air above you.
Let's go.
So you're going to reach and try and touch your toes. That's your top position. Then drop one leg as you drop your arms. Reach for the toes again at the top. Drop one leg as you drop your arms. Reach for the toes at the top. Then swap leg. Drop one leg as you reach for the toes, etc., etc. If you ever get confused on this move, the easiest way to remember it is start everything up at the top, then drop 3/4 of your limbs down,
Halfway there.
and then take everything back up to the top. Reach for your toes. If you can, try not to let your heel touch the ground as you drop the leg, and keep the other leg in the air. This will help plant your lower back into the floor. I find this one is actually very good for most people with kind of sore lower backs, but it's just very tough. So just do what you can in the time. If you need rest, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can. Rest there. Final move is going to be the plank, okay? Because I actually find this one, especially with a couple of things in mind. So if you go into normal plank position, hands, forearms and elbows touching the floor, and then from your toes. But if you do have a bit of a sore back, have your bum a little bit higher than your shoulders. This will help just protect your back. So if you see what I'm doing there, I'm just having my bum a little bit higher than the shoulders. This just helps protect the back. If you're okay with that, you can drop the bum in line with shoulders like I'm doing now, if your back is okay with it. But if you feel it at all in your back, lift that bum higher towards the ceiling and contract the abs harder as you pull that bum up into the air. So it's just going to be a 45-second plank, but feel free to hang on to it as long as you want, or feel free to take rest and then join back in when you feel you can to see out the rest of the round. And that's going to be it for the beginner series after that.
10 seconds.
So if you do ache after this session today, maybe stick with this session for a little while until you stop aching from it, until you get your pain free and it doesn't make your abs ache anymore. Then it's time to progress to my other ab series. Okay, but if you're aching, maybe just continue with this episode. We're going to go straight into the stretch, child's pose now. So feet together, knees apart, hands up nice and high and straight. Sink back towards your heels. So just sit back and just stretch out. This is really nice, this stretch straight after a plank. Stretches your lower back, your hips, and also stretches the upper body too. It's good for chest opening, good for the posture. But obviously we had quite a bit of pressure on our forearms, so it's quite nice just to stretch everything out. Then we're going to hit a couple more back stretches.
Halfway there.
And we'll be done.
Seconds.
Okay, so just holding that stretch for a good minute to really sink into it and allow everything to ease back off.
Rest.
Stretching is just as important as the core training itself. Next up, we're going to go hands and knees, and then just pick your mid-back up towards the ceiling above you. Little chin tuck if you want to help lengthen that spine the whole way along. And feel free to kind of move it around to sort of feel it exactly where you want to on your back. I find if I sit back a little bit towards my heels, I feel a bit lower down in my back, which is kind of more the area I like to stretch. But feel free to play around with it a bit and find the exact bit you want to stretch. If you are enjoying this series, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me. And like the video, comment, share, whatever. And feel free to explore the channel and see what else is on here. There's weight loss, there's stretching,
Halfway there.
there's core training, HIIT training, and then a few other things that will be coming to the channel soon.
Seconds.
And again, good minute on this stretch. Really get in there. Try and lengthen that spine, try and stretch out all the tension.
Rest.
And then we're gonna call it a day there. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully see you in another video.